Hi, both my Susie Q and my Nanny Lion have asked for a cooking series on how to cook cheaply. So I thought we would take it a whole nother notch and cook it for cheap. Now that's cheap. Hello. Today I'm going to give you some friendly advice on how to cook cheaply. Rule number one of cooking cheaply is never pay somebody to prepare or package your foods for you. You want to cook with pure whole foods in its natural form as much as possible. True, you're going to have things like rolled oats in a box, but that is just simply rolled oats. It's not a convenience food. A convenience food is something like a box of rice like this, which costs like $2.50, when you can buy a whole bag of rice like this for about $1.25. So this is good. This is very, very cheap. This is very, very expensive. This also has a lot of salt and chemicals in it that you don't need. This is convenience. You're paying somebody to do the work for you. Do the work yourself. Rule number two, never eat anything that has no nutritional value. If you're eating something that has no nutritional value, you're just plain wasting your money. So don't buy those cookies and Pop-Tarts and things that are of no value whatsoever. Instead, go ahead and yes, pay a little bit and eat some fruit or eat some nuts or eat some salad or something that has some nutritional value to it. Rule number three, you want to use cooking methods from countries that have had a lot of trouble feeding their people or have been through a depression. For example, Asian cooking, some of the Middle European countries like Polish and Ireland, how about American Depression era cooking, things like that. You will find those peoples have good recipes that taste good, nutritionally valuable, and are using whole foods that are very cheap. So let's look at some of those. Some staples that you will find are very handy and you will use quite a bit of: carrots, potatoes, onions, and rice. On carrots, as far as cheapness, now look at this. This is organic. This is a 5-pound bag. Believe it or not, this is cheaper than the smaller bags of carrots that are not organic. For some reason, this 5-pound bag of organic carrots are cheaper than the 2-pound bags of regular carrots you find in the grocery store. So shop around. Potatoes are just plain dirt cheap. You cook them with onions and butter and sometimes some carrots or some other things, hot dogs, whatever you're going to throw in, and you're going to have a very good meal. This is a big staple of Depression era. It's also a good staple from Ireland. There are plenty of good recipes and things to use potatoes, and yes, French fries. Make your own French fries out of potatoes. Don't buy bagged French fries. Of course, onions going well with potatoes and everything else for that matter. It's one of your basic three: your carrots, your onions, and celery that you're going to use in cooking most of your sauces and things with. And yes, rice. Now buy rice by the ounce. Look at the price. For some reason, this bag, which is a medium-sized bag, was cheaper per ounce than the small bag or the large bag. So buy the size bag that is cheapest per ounce and buy more bags if you just need more rice. This size bag would feed 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe an entire family for 5 days for just $1.50 or something like that. So that's a huge value as far as being cheap. You can also use leftover rice in cereal as a hot cereal. You put hot milk on it, eat it just like oatmeal. You can also fry it as a leftover in fried rice. A good lunch and a good dinner. And cabbage. You're going to find this has lots of applications for cooking cheaply. Yes, it's a staple of Ireland, Irish cooking. You can also use it with your kielbasa and cabbage. You can put it in a salad as a shredded salad, such as in coleslaw or just in a regular green salad. You can cook it up as a vegetable and make it like with potatoes and onions and sausage as a bubble and squeak. You can even make a soup out of it. There's lots of things to use it, or just as a plain vegetable. This is one at 59 cents a pound. It's hugely worth it. And you want a snack? Good old American popcorn. Make the popcorn. This was like a 79-cent bag. Think how much popcorn you can make out of this. It's amazing how good a value this is. Don't buy the microwave stuff. That's loaded with salt and all kinds of chemicals, and it's very expensive. This is dirt cheap. Yeah, cook it yourself. Okay, so you're going to do your own cooking. You're going to need lots of herbs and spices. Here's a tip I didn't know until recently. These brands in the spice aisles are very expensive. A lot of these things are like $4 for these little jars. Go into the Mexican aisle. Badia spices for these big things are even half as much as this. So for like a couple of bucks, you can have these huge things as opposed to the $4 for these little things. Load up on these Badia spices, or I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but get this one. Here's another tip. Spaghetti is a wonderful meal. You can put all kinds of stuff in it, or just eat it as plain spaghetti and feed family very cheaply. A lot of people buy these spaghetti sauces. I like the Prego's, but because it has a little bit less salt in it. But these are, what, $2 or $3 per jar? Guess what? These kind, Contadina, see? This is tomato paste, 79 cents. This makes as much spaghetti sauce as this. All you have to do is add your own herbs and spices and some stock or some water, and you have your own pasta sauce for like under $1 for this much. This is a huge bargain. Here's one you may not have thought about. Save your bacon grease. With the bacon grease, you can fry your eggs, you can fry your chicken, or you can use it as a seasoning to season your beans and greens. It's free oil. Use it. I wish I could use it again because of the flavor, but I can't because it has too much cholesterol for me. But y'all are young. Save your bacon grease. Use it. It's cheap. And here's another one. You know how I said don't waste your money by eating or drinking anything that has no nutritional value? So stay away from pop, because pop do nothing but make you sick and it's a waste of money. Drink teas. Teas are very cheap. You can use them as hot tea, you can use them as cold tea, you can put all kinds of things in them. You can even make your own teas. So drink teas, just stay away from Lipton, it's crap. And here's a big one. Don't throw away your onions, carrots, or celery scraps. Save them and make soup stock out of it using the carcasses and things that you would normally be throwing away. This is what's left over of the chicken after taking a whole chicken and cutting it up and serving it to my family, the back and stuff. Here's frozen chicken. You just put it in a pot with the vegetables and a little bit of water, and then you cook it. I'll show you how to do that later. But have the stock, you can use it to make pasta with, you can use it to hydrate any kind of thing you need, to have flavor to it, or you can just drink it as a soup or a stock. You can also make your own soups, throw your leftovers in it, and now you're recycling even the food that you bought cheaply. Now that's cheap.